Okay, for this video we're going to take a look at isometric drawings. Now, let's understand a little bit about what an isometric drawing is. First, we're going to take this 2D paper and this object and we're going to try and draw the object so it has a 3D view. And in that 3D view, I want to be able to see the top, front, and right sides of the object. Now, when doing that, it helps to have isometric grid paper like you see here. These angled lines are set up to help us draw that a little more easily. Now, for a technique here, I'm going to hold the object in the angle I want, and I'm going to look at my center point and my bottom center point. And those two are going to be important for what we're going to do, because we're going to look at 3 different ways to draw that cube. So I'm going to pick a point here. Now, for my front view, I'm going to draw, one technique is to just draw the front view first. So come up and draw that diamond that I'm going to use for that front view. And then I'm going to take the corners and I'm going to come out and to the right. And then all I do is I play connect the dots to connect it back around. Okay, and there's my cube. Now, the next technique that I can use, I'm going to again start at this bottom center point. But this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out both ways at the same time. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up. So I'm working from the bottom up. Again, I'm going to connect my dots. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my diamond going up into that back point. Again, I still have an isometric cube, but a different way to draw it. And for this third technique, this time I'm going to start at that center point. And for that center point, sometimes what you can do is create a Y. And then after you create that Y, I'm going to just complete the diamonds. And voila, I have an isometric cube. So that's a basic technique for drawing this in 3 different ways. But let's see how this translates to the grid paper and what those angles mean for an isometric sketch. Now to do that, I'm going to expand this and double the size. So I'm going to pick a spot here and I'm going to draw, instead of just 1, I'm going to draw 2. Now in counting, if this is my starting point, I can count 1, 2 intersections, or I can look at the triangles that are pointed away from the line. Not the one pointed towards, but the ones pointed away, and I have 1, 2. So that's how I can count on this grid paper. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue to draw my shape here. Now if you're watching from home, you can obviously tell I've had some practice on this, but even with that practice, my lines are not perfectly straight. This is where a straight edge would really help, and if I were creating a professional drawing, I definitely would be using that straight edge. Okay, so here's my cube, and hey, it actually is pretty close in size. So let's talk about those angles. Now, to do that, I'm going to add a horizon line down here. Okay, and if I take this horizon line and look at the angles separating it from the cube, I will find that both of those angles are at 30 degrees. And that's important for an isometric sketch, or at least a truly geometric isometric sketch. The other angle that's important is around this center point. And if I were to look at the 3 angles here, all 3 are 120 degrees. So we see that a true isometric sketch actually has a mathematical property that goes with it. So that's a little bit of understanding of what makes this grid paper fit for the isometric drawing. All these grids are actually set up to naturally produce these angles. Okay, now let's consider one more thing. I've got my linking block here, but this linking block has some holes in it. How am I going to draw those if I really wanted to represent it in an isometric drawing? Okay, so let's go ahead and recreate my shape here. So let's get that more enlarged version. because this is going to give us a little bit more room to draw those angles, those angled circles. Now, I'm going to hold my object here, and if you're looking carefully, you'll notice that when I'm holding this, these look more like an oval than they do a square, or a square, more of an oval than a circle. If I rotate this, so I'm looking at it straight on, I get a circle. But when I hold it at an angle, that circle turns more into an oval. And that's important for what we're going to do. So if I'm looking at this, I just notice that it's elongated this way and shortened this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and draw that with an oval shape. And this way, I'm actually going to change the angle a bit on this side. Okay, so now I've got my circle, and notice you can kind of see it is more of an oval shape. Now, I'm also going to look at this knob up at the top. And to do this, notice I have a very thin oval here. So I almost like drawing a really tiny eye on a creature. And then I'm going to come down, so I have my vertical edges. And then I'm just going to draw a little bit of a curve here. I'm going to assume the rest of this is flat, even though it's not, just for the purpose of this drawing. Okay. So here, we see an isometric drawing. And we've looked at 3 different ways to create it on the grid paper. We've looked at how to create this curves on it. And we've talked a little bit about the angles that help make that sketch an isometric drawing. So, go out, get some grid paper, and give it a try yourself. I would suggest starting with some basic cube shapes and practice with that until you kind of get the angles all understood.